What's up, my little cupcakes? I'm Mike Johnston.
And I'm Betsy Spina.
And you are exactly where you should be this Monday, right here on Just Off Broadway.
We are so excited. We have a very sweet episode lined up for you today with one of the nicest guys around, and you are gonna love him.
It is the one and only Matt Koplik from YouTube's Baking It On Broadway.
I wore my cupcake necklace in his honor.
Welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York.
Look at that! That's so adorable!
Thank
you. I feel so honored.
He's here!
Yay!
Welcome to the show!
Thank you! Thanks for having me.
And I baked something. I've been working really hard on these all day for you.
Oh, wow.
Been working really hard. Can you see what these are, everyone?
Those
Fresh baked Oreos.
those are really hard to
Careful, it's hot.
Woo!
Baking It On Broadway, you spend your days with the Broadway stars making delicious treats. What inspired you to start your show?
We have two producers on Baking It On Broadway. One is my roommate and best friend, Sarah Deviney, and the other is one of my good friends, Tyler Milliron. Tyler and I did a TheaterWorks tour about a year ago, and Tyler has all these film equipments. He's, big filming dude, and he's like, you have this incredible knowledge of Broadway. I really want you to do something like a web series or something, an interview show. And Sarah had said the same thing for years. And I was like, there's really nothing that I do that Seth Rudetsky doesn't do, so like I don't know why I should. And then one day in the shower, I was like, well, I do love to bake. Like, I fancy myself an amateur baker. And I was like, maybe we could do that. And literally the name like came to me immediately, and Carburet came like immediately after that. And we were just like, great, let's go for it. Here we are, a year later, and I'm being interviewed myself.
Yeah. You've had so many cool people on the show. Do you have a favorite person that you've had on your show, and also maybe someone that surprised you in the kitchen?
No one has surprised me with their cooking.
So the people on Broadway cannot bake.
Yeah.
That's everywhere.
You have other skills.
Everyone who has been gracious enough to come on the show did say up front, they're like, I would love to, but I don't know how to bake at all. And we're like, don't worry, like I'll do most of the heavy lifting. And everyone has been super cooperative. It's really fun when it's people you know and have known for a long time. When we had Elena Ricardo on, that was great because she and I have known each other for a long time. Emily Skeggs was a lot of fun. Immediately after we finished filming with Emily, I was like, so Emily, what are you doing today? He's like, oh, I have 2 tickets to Hamilton at the Public, but no one is free right now. She's like, oh, Matt, would you want to go?
What?
So I got to see Hamilton at the Public for free. Everyone has been incredible, and I've loved having everyone on the show.
That's awesome.
A lot of people don't know how difficult it is to, star, produce, and keep coming up with creative ideas for your show. What, if any, I'm sure that there are some, what obstacles have you kind of faced?
Scheduling, because actors are busy, whether they're on Broadway or not. You have other jobs, you have other people have workshops and readings. There's so many other things that Broadway actors do besides their show that keep them crazy busy. So scheduling is always a big issue for us. We started doing these little videos that we call bite-sized, where I did a Man on the Street segment, and now I'm doing the alphabet, and it's hard to just sort of kind of come up with something that you think people might enjoy, that you also can be proud of, that you think is consistent and professional and entertaining.
That's something like people think like, oh, it's so easy, you have a show, and like people just show up and you film. And
Yeah.
It's hard to get people and
Absolutely.
everyone's schedules together because you work and
Yeah, it's
both
definitely
sides.
it's definitely hard to get just the logistics of getting everyone together in one room to film.
Yeah.
Trying to always not so much outdo yourself, but try to be consistent is very difficult.
Yeah.
That's definitely the hardest part of it.
It's so much work.
Oh yeah.
And it's okay that work is fun and you
Yeah.
love it, but it's hard work, and I think that's okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no shame in working hard.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are an amateur baker, as you would say.
Yes.
What do you have a favorite thing to bake when you're off camera or cook?
Snickerdoodles. That takes 45 minutes.
Favorite cookie?
Holla!
Send me some.
Oh.
I will do that, sir. I am most proud of myself when I do a pie well, because I always do. I always make the crust, and I do I think it's called lattice weave.
Yeah.
I just call it the Snow White crust, which
Oh.
weaves it over each other. So if you do that correctly, then there's nothing better. And I also make a killer guacamole, known for my guacamole.
Send me some of that too.
Yes.
Guacamole and snickerdoodles.
I'm not asking for
I'll take a
much.
pie. We'll just place our order now.
Yeah. What is your long-term goal for the show, or do you not have one?
To get Audra on. And the second we have her on, we're gonna shut it down, and I'm gonna move to Reno.
I feel like there are probably so many people that watch YouTube and watch shows and they think, that's so cool, I want to do something like that. What advice would you give to someone that maybe wants to either like start any sort of YouTube show or maybe do a cooking show?
Planning is key. Having a great idea is awesome, but I think a lot of people get a little overexcited when they start having an idea or they have the passion to do it, which is awesome, but you want to really consider what you have and how to do it and the best way to go about it. And then once you've kind of figured out the logistics of that, consistency. Really kind of coming out with something on a regular basis, just so that way people know that you're doing something and know when to look for it. Because I think a lot of people, in addition to being overexcited and go for it immediately, they start to burn out pretty soon after that. Because if you do consistent work that you are proud of, the results will happen. It's a numbers game. It's a matter of, whether 4 videos or 20 videos, something will come from it.
If people want to follow you on social media and of course your YouTube show, where should they go to do that?
If you want to follow us, we have a Facebook page, Baking It On Broadway. We have an Instagram account, Baking It On Broadway. YouTube channel, Baking It On Broadway. And Twitter, Baking It On B-Way. Because you only have so many characters.
While we're talking about social media, we have changed our name, you may have seen, and we're very excited about that. And we encountered the same thing. So on Twitter, we are Just Off B-Way NYC. And on Instagram, we're Just Off Broadway NYC.
All the links to all of our stuff and Matt's on social media and YouTube will be in the description box below. Make sure you guys subscribe to his show, Baking It on Broadway, and of course subscribe here on
Just Off Broadway!